Hi, this is John Marling, Pulse Research. I trust you'll agree that the reality today, because of the pandemic, supply chain issues, labor shortages, etc., it is now harder than ever to get the attention, the interest, and especially the commitment from a local business. I've been doing a lot of thinking about how to break through, how to get the attention of the business, given the fact that they're so overwhelmed. And I came up with an idea that I thought could be a breakthrough. But to test my idea, I wanted to get the confirmation from real world businesses. So here's what I did. I went out into my old sales territory when I was an ad rep and I made cold calls. And these are real cold calls. No appointment. They did not know me. I did not know them. And as expected, when I walked in, the businesses were very resistive. They were, frankly, very negative. And they obviously thought I was there to try to sell them something. Let me share with you what happened on my first call. It was a hearing aid center in a shopping strip mall, and I caught the owner, luckily, between exams, but he wasn't really friendly. He said, what do you want? What are you doing here? I don't really have time to talk. So I literally had seconds to get his attention. So I asked him, would you like to know how many households in the neighborhoods right around you, zip code 97225, who plan to change or get a new hearing aid center? Wow. That immediately got his attention. He said, sure, absolutely. And he said, let's go out into the waiting area here. He was so interested. He came out of the exam room so we could sit comfortably in the waiting room. So he said, I'd love to know, show me. So I got out my phone, and on my phone, with his participation, showed him that there was 1,110 households right in the neighborhoods around him that planned to change or get a new hearing aid center. His reaction was just unbelievable. Wow, incredible. That's amazing. I would have never guessed there were that many. And a couple times he said, that's right here? I said, yeah, right here, right around you. There's over 1,110. He was extremely interested because, in fact, he said, that is great because those are my potential customers. I've got a much higher opportunity probability of getting them because the person isn't going to drive all across town, past 4, 5, 10 other hearing aid centers to come here to me. And then he asked a key question. How do I reach them? He wanted to know how to reach those potential customers right within the neighborhoods, his zip code. It was awesome. So then I made 15 more cold calls. I called on a furniture store, insurance, paint store, RV dealer, party store, cannabis store, and even a tire store. And I got the same results every single time. They were blown away by the immediate, close-in neighborhood opportunity for potential customers for their business. It was always much larger than they thought. I remember one of the pizza place I went to. It was a Little Caesar. She said, I would have never guessed that there were that many households who are going to do takeout pizza. And also, every single time, they wanted to know how to reach these local neighborhood potential customers. In fact, I could have sold every single one a targeted digital campaign, every single one. So it confirmed my idea, which was that businesses would be far more interested in the potential customers right around their business than the total available in the broad market area. But what surprised me was every single time they wanted to know how to reach, and they would have bought a targeted digital campaign. I realized how effective this approach is to presenting, engaging, and selling your digital targeting services, which I'd of course recommend you combine with print. Let me show you now how I did it. On the phone, because we want to engage with the business so that they experience the opportunity, let me do a walkthrough of the prototype, the first look at Pulse Local. So on the phone, you've got a link to Pulse. You sign in, okay? And then you can choose a business by category or a business by name. What's beautiful about this, you can do it in real time. I parked my car and there were like 4 or 5 businesses in a strip center. And I just literally, walking between businesses, would type in, insurance. I would type in party store. I'd type in camera store. Simple and as fast as that. And so now let's take a look. Let's pretend we're outside of a hardware store. So we type in hardware. We click, up comes hardware, perfect, and also a list of businesses. I just want to show the opportunity for hardware stores, okay? Then the business or your team member can select their primary customer area by zip code, city, or other. I would suggest zip code. That was phenomenally effective. So let's select the zip code here, or the business could select their zip code. Once again, their participation, so they experience the opportunity. Then I would say to them, let's take a look at the number of potential customers and spending for hardware stores right in your local zip code. Like to see the results? Hand on the phone. They click on get results and it is just mind-blowing. Why? Because look at this, 9,436 households, $5.1 million in opportunity for a hardware store right around them. And they immediately realize they can get a larger share of that because these are close by potential customers. They don't have to drive by 3 or 4 other lumberyards hardware stores. The business asked, right on the phone, you can share how you got the number, okay? Of the 20,514 occupied households in zip code 97447, 46% said they plan to shop at a hardware store, which is 9,436. Pulse estimates $500 annual spending is $5.1 million. That confirms the opportunity. Then, and sometimes I didn't have to go to the next step. They say, how do I reach them? How do I reach those 9,436 households? And that's when I could have shared with them solutions, ideas, suggestions for a targeted digital campaign. But you can even go further in terms of being that consultant, engaging with the business. Would you like to know what they plan to buy at a hardware store? And this is in zip code 97447 again. Look at that. 4,100 households are going to buy interior paint, 1,641 exterior paint, garden tools, etc. Plus, you can go right into the research and identify and get additional shopping categories, products, and services germane to a hardware store. This is what it becomes beautiful in that they realize that you can help them with their specific targeting to where the opportunities are, they can get more. And then on the phone, we've also added how you can engage with the business so they realize how few customers they need for a consistent campaign. So you click on here, how to reach them. There's your suggested, targeted digital campaign, number of months, but it shows them how few customers they need to cover the cost of a consistent targeted digital blended campaign. And then everything else is additional bottom line opportunity benefit for them. This is the overview, the benefit, the reality of the ability to engage on the phone real time, anywhere, quickly and effectively, to engage with a business, get their attention, get their interest, so that they realize the opportunity in the market, the neighborhood, the zip code right around them. And they will want to know how to reach them, which is the perfect lead in for your team member to present to them your solutions, your blended digital targeting programs. I'd appreciate very much your feedback, on this new Pulse Local Mobile, presentation. My number is 503-784-5772, or send me a quick email, Marling, Marling, @paper.net. Thanks very much. I look forward to hearing from you.